Boys and girls, the Lord Jesus Christ is the one who gives us new life, and He's doing a new thing for us.
So I cannot lie. God is doing a new thing in our lives. So we're doing a new thing through Jesus Christ. God is doing a new thing through our music. We're doing a new thing so He can use it. Using this music out, we're coming strong. Michael Clancy's y'all singing this song to make you think twice about the way that you live, and that you know Christ is the one who will give peace in your heart. New start, calling on the Lord, He'll do His part. I ran your fan to your raggedy walk. He might just match it up to that big old talk. God is doing a new thing in our lives. So we're doing a new thing through Jesus Christ. God is doing a new thing through our music. We're doing a new thing so He can use it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it's me, you know he's doing it, who's doing it, God is doing a new thing, you know he's doing it, yo, he's doing it, God is doing He's a focus, so I really walk, y'all. Without him, he ain't not my name. But thank God, we're doing brand new things. God is doing a new thing in our lives. So we're doing a new thing through Jesus Christ. God is doing a new thing through our music. We're doing a new thing so He can use it.
What's up, DP fans? Today's show is sponsored by NordVPN. What's a VPN? Well, you kind of need to know. NordVPN is one of the most trusted online security solutions used by over hundreds of thousands of internet users worldwide. You know, unprotected person-to-person sharing and downloading exposes your IP address to others, putting your cybersecurity at risk, unless you're using NordVPN. Now, I'm kind of a popular guy. There's a lot of people online that want to get my information and maybe use it to attack me. You know, I lock my doors at home. I protect myself. I'm going to protect myself online. You could use NordVPN's Chrome browser. It's lightweight, user-friendly from the first click, and it secures your browsing in seconds. It's too easy not to protect yourself. Don't get got. NordVPN has thousands of servers in over 61 countries. You can use it in China. It bypasses the Great China Firewall in countries in the Middle East like the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. Get up to 6 simultaneous connections and unlimited bandwidth with NordVPN. And with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee, there's no reason to put this off. Protect yourself. To start protecting your internet experience today, go to nordvpn.com/peasants. That's PEASANTS. And use code peasants to get 66% off a 2-year plan. That's about $3.99 a month. It's like a cup of coffee. You can even text peasants to 900-900. That's nordvpn.com/peasants and code peasants, PEASANTS, to get 66% off a 2-year plan. Protect yourself online with
Please
NordVPN today.
take the time to visit podsurvey.com/peasants to complete a short 21-question survey. Participants in the survey will be entered into a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. The survey can be taken multiple times, so feel free to visit back each month for your chance to enter the drawing. Please help to support the show by using our Amazon links located in the description anytime you purchase anything from Amazon. It's a great way to support the show while just going about your normal business shopping on Amazon.com. Also, check out our storefront for Drunken Peasants recommended merchandise. Patreon pledges of $5 or more will now receive 2 private shows each month. In addition to the private shows, Patreon pledges of $10 or more will receive the Drunken Peasants post show after each episode of the Drunken Peasants, Ben and Billy's monthly shitty movie review, and regular behind-the-scenes vlogs with Ben and Billy. Sign up anytime to catch the future shows as well as past content. If you want to catch the post shows but you're not a patron, click the join link below this video to become a member of the Drunken Peasants channel. In addition to each post show, you'll also get special badges and emojis that you can use in the Drunken Peasants live chat. Streamlabs will be open for the duration of each episode. Click the link below to send us a message. Donations $20 and above will be read out through text-to-speech and will require our immediate attention. All donations below $20 will be read at the end of each segment. Keep an eye out for our weekly Streamlabs goal, which if we meet, we will do an extra show the following week. If you find any content you'd like to see us cover on the show, send it to drunkenpeasantsinbox at gmail.com. All submissions will be reviewed for possible usage in a future episode. Click the Discord link in our description to join the Drunken Peasants Discord. Interact with other Drunken Peasants fans in text and voice chat, as well as the peasants themselves. Visit the Google Play Store and download the Drunken Peasants app to catch the audio version of the show while you're on the road. In addition to the app, the audio-only version of the show is also available through iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, and other audio platforms. That's all we have for now. Enjoy the show.
Underground has the best video clips in town. DP Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. DP Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm back again with another late night, unplanned, impromptu stream. Baba Booey! Wow, I'm getting Baba Booies in my chat. That's how I know I've made it. I've officially made it. I'm getting Baba Booies in my chat. Hello everyone that's just coming in. We're gonna watch videos in a minute. I'm just waiting for YouTube's shitty notification system to notify people. And if you guys could get the word out for me. If you notice, I started right at 8:15 p.m. my time. Right 15 after is when I started. All the extra bullshit at the beginning of the stream, I do that before the time I actually want to start. Papa Pooey! Got myself some delicious 0-calorie water. Anyone here a fan of water? Thanks for sharing it. Yeah, I mean, like, even if you don't have a lot of friends on Facebook or a lot of Twitter followers or whatever, you have some, otherwise you wouldn't be using it. And maybe some of those people need to watch the show. Maybe it's time. Did I hear voiceover Pete got banned from Fiverr? No, I don't know anything. I mean, I know what Fiverr is, but I don't know anything about it or who uses it or who gets banned from it. I don't know. If I'm not drinking Dr. Pepper, I drink water. I can't drink Dr. Pepper. It's definitely against my diet. So a lot has happened in the news today, and we're definitely going to cover that because there were some laws changed yesterday. Well, I mean, there was some laws voted on that will change very shortly. So that's some news that's going on. Also, people have resigned. More people from the White House have had to leave because they've been forced to resign. So we're going to talk about that. And other stuff. Actually, I forgot to check. If Von did Von Helton make a video after the midterms? Von Helton BitChute. He's on BitChute. Yeah, he did. He did. So I'll have to get a hold of this video really quick. So what did you guys think about... did any of you guys get to catch our stream last night? You know, I find it weird because most of the comments are about how people hate how people hate Dusty and how people hate V. And then there's a few that hate Vadim, but mostly it's they hate Dusty and they hate V. Does anyone comment about what they liked, or was there just nothing to like? Is that it? Yeah, I don't get it. You like... See, I wanted to get two people on that would obviously disagree about things. I think that's interesting. You know, they do that on the news. They get a panel of people to talk about some shit, and the people usually disagree about shit, and they argue about the issue, and that's interesting to me. V was cancer and off-putting. Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of why he's there, right? I knew V would be there because a lot of people would not like... I thought he would do good because I thought a lot of people would not like his views. Ben, why have you gone right wing? I'm not right wing at all.
Really happy to catch the stream. Got a bad stomach flu, so I need a distraction. Love you, Ben.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't know what's up with these alerts, but they seem to be going really fast. I'm going to turn up their time. Thanks for helping us get that much closer to the goal. I mean, before we know it, we're going to be at 50%. That's why I do these supplemental streams, too, to help us get up there, you know? Thoughts on President Tito? You mean like the president of Yugoslavia back in the day? Yeah, everyone that's just showing up. I hate to keep saying it, but whatever. I guess I have to. Please share the stream. YouTube does not notify everyone. It is what it is now at this point. I mean, so I just have to pick up the slack and remind everybody. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you were notified. I guess just not everybody. I don't know why. I don't understand. I do share on Facebook. G-Man won that debate. He wasn't even there and he won. He's just that good. Duration. Let's do... 35 seconds. Is there any other duration I can really... I think that's it. All right. It's been a while since Anthony Fantano's been on DP. Yeah, you guys should tweet at him and ask him to come back on. Let him know that he's wanted. So here's a big story for me. And all I can say is props to Michigan for this. That's all I can really say.
All right, here at home, Michigan voters said yes to Proposal 1, making the recreational use of marijuana legal in our state. We want to hear from you about this. Will the legalization, if I can make my mouth work today, of marijuana, will it be good or bad for Michigan? Go to WXYZ.com/vote to cast your vote right now. The new law doesn't go into effect right away, but when it does, there are some real concerns. Jim Kirchner is live in Detroit right now with more on this. Some people were for it, some people were against it, but...
I mean, you could say that about anything. Okay, some people are for it, some people are against it. Yeah, we know. That's like everything you vote on.
Now it's here in Michigan for sure.
Yeah, Carolyn, we have it for sure. And now that the smoke is starting to clear, the questions are...
Oh, there's the first one. You know, he sat down and thought of that. He's like, yep, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to talk about the smoke clearing. So fucking clever, because we're talking about pot.
How will police change how they enforce the law? Where can you legally buy marijuana for recreational use? Check it out. The first thing you need to know is small amounts of marijuana will be legal to possess and use, but not for a few weeks, maybe a month or so. Once this becomes law, you won't be able to buy it from a store for more than a year as the state works out licensing.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. So there won't even be a store to buy weed at in Michigan for over a year.
Where you live, your city or township could pass local laws to keep stores and businesses from opening there. You can't become a dealer. You can't drive under the influence. You can only carry weed and edibles for now with only a medical marijuana card.
So don't go out there today thinking it's a free pass, because you're still going to get arrested for possession. So make sure that you realize that. Also for us, you know, it's always been illegal to operate a motor vehicle under the influence of marijuana and other narcotics. Nothing has changed with that as well as...
They always do this slow motion shot of someone smoking weed and like blowing a big cloud out, and it's just their like lips and it's all out of focus and shit. I wonder why they do that. It's almost all news stations do it.
But I'm concerned about Warren becoming ground zero for marijuana businesses, and I don't want there to be a proliferation where all that we're known for is we become the Vegas of the Midwest when it comes to marijuana.
Huh? Okay, hold on. Say that again.
Where all that we're known for is we become the Vegas coming, but
nothing has changed with that as well as either.
But I'm concerned about Warren becoming ground zero for marijuana businesses, and I don't want there to be a proliferation where all that we're known for is we become the Vegas of the Midwest when it comes to marijuana.
Okay, well, first of all, Vegas, Nevada, they didn't legalize weed until just a few years ago. But also, Warren, Michigan, you don't want it to be known as the Vegas of anything? I mean, come on. Anything would be better than being the Warren, Michigan of anything. So you think you would want to be known as the Vegas of something?
So we're going to break this down even further. Coming up next hour at 5, how can police make a case with someone driving under the influence? Marijuana is not like alcohol. There's not a blood alcohol test for marijuana. We're going to examine that. Then also coming up at 6, what if your city or township wants to keep these kinds of businesses out? What do they have to do about that?
Has this guy been drinking?
Make that stick. We're going to have
trying to keep those businesses.
Those stories coming up for you, covering a lot of ground in the next couple of hours. For now, I'm live downtown, Jim Kurtzner, the Now Detroit.
No one does it better than you, Jim, so we'll be watching for your reports.
What's going on between these guys?
Coming up on later editions of Action News. Thank you so much.
Businesses. I'm going to play a few more stories about this. It's interesting the different take that each local news outlet in Detroit had on this.
Closer to home, Michigan will soon join 9 other states in legalizing the sale of marijuana for recreational use. That after voters statewide passed Proposal 1 with a resounding yes. 7 Action News reporter Matthew Smith joins us live from National Coney Island and Royal Oak. And Matt, how are people reacting to news that...
Yeah, okay, so in Detroit, the Coney Islands are a big thing. They're just like greasy diners that serve chili dogs and shit like that, and a lot of them are open 24 hours. So that's where this guy is. He's at a Coney Island in Royal Oak, Michigan.
Proposition 1 passed.
Akina, just talking to a lot of the folks that work overnight, that are waking up to this news, gas stations, 24-hour diners. I think the local reaction really does trend with what we saw statewide. A lot of excitement from the overnight crowd.
I think it's a good thing for Michigan. Well, long time waiting. I'm trying to hold my...
I don't know how else to explain... Whoa. This girl looks exactly like someone from Michigan. I just want to point that out.
Sure, because it is a good thing.
The overnight crowd, the first to weigh in on Michigan's voters' choice to approve recreational pot. The new law means adults 21 and up can possess up to 2.5 ounces, and up to 12 plants can be grown inside each home.
We've been talking about it for some time, and I am kind of relieved for a lot of people, so they don't have to worry about...
She looks high.
Chasing the law.
That said, the law didn't change overnight. More on that later. But for now, the victory seems sweet for those who voted yes. For months, it was expected to pass, but now that the votes have been counted, the pro-marijuana crowd says they'll rest easy.
I feel real good. Now I'll be less stressful.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. I like it. Listen to what he says. This is very important.
Crowd says...
Listen to what this guy says.
Easy.
I feel real good.
Yeah. It makes me feel real good.
I'll be less stressful.
We
can, it's good for you too.
It's good for you too. Oh, and guess what? This guy here, this fucking weirdo here, he doesn't like it. He's pissed. Okay?
My son is smoking weed, and it's not good, man. It's not a good thing.
Ha! Did you see the girl in the background laugh at him? Oh my God. Listen. Watch the girl laugh at his ass.
Smoking weed, and it's not good, man. It's not a good thing.
But while Prop 1 passed easily, some, like John Bumgarner, remain against it.
We got to keep dope out of the country. No hope with dope. I lived by that my whole life.
Yeah, I had some trouble finding people who were against it this morning in that overnight.
Too fucking bad it's in the country. I mean, there's so much of it being grown within the country. Sorry. You're not going to keep it out. And, I mean, Making it illegal where you live doesn't stop it from getting there. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of weed that comes from the West Coast that goes to all the states that it's illegal in the black market. I'm sure there's a lot of money to be made by people who do that. So making it legal takes the money out of the hands of those people, the criminals. Anyone who calls it dope is obviously doesn't smoke it. I'm sorry, that's just a rule of thumb. Anyone that's like, yeah, smoke dope? Anyone who says that, they don't smoke, and they're not cool. You're just smoking dope.
We did find a few in there, and I do want to stress to anyone who is very excited about this doesn't mean you can just walk around with marijuana on you right now. I know that the law is 2.5 ounces, but the votes have to be certified first, and then it's 10 days after that the law is enacted. So we're really looking at around sometime mid-December. Of course, we will be breaking that down for you, and also some potential legal challenges. We'll continue the local news over on TV 20 at 7 o'clock, and I'll be breaking some of that down for you there as well. That's just about 30 minutes away.
It's ridiculous how complicated this is. They should just be like, weed's legal now. Light it up. Any fucking police officer that would arrest someone in Michigan for weed now is just being a dick. Sorry, it's still legal for a month. Sorry. Gotta take you in. Oh, here's one more, because these are just too
voted
interesting.
And Proposal 1 passed to make recreational marijuana legal in the state of Michigan. As we look at Proposal 1 and what the totals look like across Michigan, this is our heat map. So in pink, you see the counties where it passed. In orange, you see the counties where it didn't. As far as West Michigan is concerned, this is Kent County. It was 55 to 45%.
Look at that. Look at that. The only places where it didn't really pass are like the really, really rural areas, especially up in the UP. I mean, that's a lot of that. You know, not a lot of people live up there, the part of Michigan that's up at the top. And like the thumb of Michigan, that's like farm country. And it's interesting because there's a bridge that connects Detroit to Canada where weed is now totally legal. So it's just spreading. The whole legality thing is just going to spread in North America. It's about time they just change it federally here. I mean, come on. Now that all of Canada, it's legal, and so many states, it's legal. Come on.
Well, right next door in Ottawa County, it was orange. We had no 58% to yes 42%. As far as what this means for you today, well, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can just go out and light up. There's a timeline here of how this could work, and none of it is set in stone. But this is something that we have looked into for you, specifically Casey Jones. So, Casey, what does
Casey
come next?
Jones? The guy from the Ninja Turtles with the hockey mask? That's awesome. I can't wait.
Well, Teresa, the short answer is we don't exactly know what's next. Here's what we do.
Casey Jones looks like a pussy now.
No. We know that you can't go outside today and light up a joint. We also know that you won't be able to buy from businesses in the state of Michigan for quite some time. Under the Michigan Constitution, a voter initiative like Prop 1 goes into effect 10 days after it's officially declared and certified by the state's Board of Canvassers. So
Yeah, Casey Jones, he gave up his vigilante hero lifestyle to become a local news reporter, and it really turned him into a pussy.
Looking at a little more than 3 weeks before you can legally smoke and have that 2.5 ounces on you in the 12 plants in your home. Now, we can get a good framework of what might come in looking at...
Yeah, I mean, look how slow it was in Washington. So they passed the legalization in November of 2012. In Colorado, the first stores opened on January of 2014, and in Washington, it didn't happen until July of 2014. It's so slow. Holy shit.
the history of other states. Colorado and Washington, the first in the country to legalize recreational marijuana in November 2012. And they began their sales. They didn't see that come until 2014. Nevada was the quickest. Voters approved the legislation in November of 2016. And then you see that the first sales came in July.
Yeah, they were quick about that. They were pretty quick, less than a year. That's good. Good on you, Nevada. Why wouldn't you want to be known as the Vegas? Fuck that. Vegas is awesome. It's lots of fun.
Of the next year. Now, Maine is still in a battle. Their governor tried to veto the voters' proposal. That was overturned by the House and the Senate in the state. So now they're working on getting weed on the shelves in their stores by the spring of 2019. Here in Michigan, we spoke with a cannabis lawyer in West Michigan who says that Laura will have 1 year to finalize these commercial regulations.
There'll be an application process. There'll be criteria to meet in order to satisfy the requirements, and that too will take.
This is dumb. Yeah, we just need federal legalization.
Probably 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to work an application through the process. So we won't see anything in Michigan in terms of adult use marijuana. Commercial activity for probably a year and a half from today.
Now, Laura did release a statement overnight on the proposal that
the majority of the country wants weed legal, and a lot of those people don't even use weed. So it's just so dumb that we have to go through all this garbage. It should just be legal. It's legal in so many places. I mean, the fact that it's legal here literally hurts nothing. All it did was create a new industry for people to make money and hire people to work in. It's good on all fronts.
Said in part, we intend to offer more details regarding the commercial production and distribution of marijuana for adult use after the Michigan Board of Canvassers certifies the election results.
Shit. Here's the I guess the I guess the Florida vote, restored voting rights for felons.
I'm told we're going to get an update live from the control room. Blackburn wins. She has turned away Bredesen in the Tennessee Senate race. Both parties fought hard for this one, but our projection is when it's all counted, all said and done, Marsha Blackburn will represent the United States Senate. Remember, this is a net hold for the Republican Party. This is the Corker seat. Back over to the board. Steve Kornacki has the nail biter in Florida.
Yeah, so take a look here. Let's start in
How are you, Rachel? So it is back and forth. You know, welcome to Florida.
We will keep you posted. That first one that we've conveyed to you tonight, again, Amendment 4 restoring voting rights to felons in Florida, affecting well over 1 million potential voters. That one seems to have passed with flying colors.
That was the title of this, and that's all. That's the end of this fucking video. Okay, yeah, label your videos differently. MSNBC, pieces of shit. Anyway, what's this?
Hi, friends. I gotta show you. I'm doing like picking up trash out of the river, and I was leaning in, and I got some of these burr things stuck in my hair. I was like trapped in my head. I was reaching way in to pick up some trash. I go to reverse out, and And then another thing I wanted to show you is these. I'm afraid on the top, but only goat heads. I don't know if they have goat head stickers where you are.
Yeah.
But if I can find a place where I can show you my foot. Oh, here we go. Clean him up a little bit. Gotta love dirt.
I'd like to see G Time Johnny on Survivor. You guys ever seen that show? They should put G Time Johnny on it. He'll drive everybody crazy. He'll probably win.
Best washing machine ever. Look at those.
I'm glad he's wearing pants. I was scared for a second.
I am proud of those feet. I mean, that's like my own soul. I think that if all people, if we didn't have this
What's up with those
Gregorian
feet?
calendar, letterhead, cancer rule, no bare feet, everybody would be a lot happier if we were running around barefooted, because we're connected to the earth and the energy running through it. At first I said plants were the first internet because they used the earth as a conduit. And then
plants are the first internet because they use the earth as a conduit.
I go, whoops. Here, fishy. The fishies probably were the first internet because that's where the life began, in the ocean. And so, just to let you know, is that everything's going good.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to set up Species SOS, Species Start Over Startup. It's a crowd fund that funds open source child adult logic dichotomy, which is the business side. OS called knock knock knock. And G timers, we make the earth dog food at OS called, and we give it to the G timers, the citizens of.
Who's gonna crowdfund this
today, and the transition's gonna be, from what I know at this time as a system designer, is that we're gonna go from there's gonna be a transitional phase between the Gregorian calendar and the CC calendar. Because it's just wrong. When farmers grow crops, we minimize input to maximize output. And so we're not minimizing input into the children, especially with this, was it October, which means 10th month. It's all about, the internal purity and, the lying to yourself. It's okay to lie to yourself. It's okay to be from 2018 because everybody else is. It's okay. No, we gotta grow the children like crops.
It's okay. It's not okay to be from 2018. Is that?
Like I always say, there's two one-liners I'm going to open the crowdfund with, and one is for the farmers. If farmers grew children like adults grow children, farmers would grow children on their head, feet in the air, and living for the dead. We all open source child adult logic dichotomy is about growing precise life. Think like Einstein's 10 times by 10. Not a problem with all the information and properly fed to a kid. Just get out of their way. It's their world. They're more evolved than us, or we wouldn't be here. The first cell, and then the next cell was more evolved, and the next cell was more evolved. And that's how we ended up being actually beings. And then I'm going to marry the farmers and the coders. And the coders, what lighter is that if coders program children like adults program children, children would be procedurally programmed onto a flat earth, and there would be no internet. And so, with object-oriented thinking, object-oriented programming, and marrying the farmers, meaning that you have the sustainable logic, and you're object-oriented, you got 3 atmospheres, you got water, you got ground, and you got air. Okay, in those 3 atmospheres is life. And how do we make the life better? Okay, and then the final piece of the puzzle is that we have too much stuff. No, G-Time don't cost a dime. Thank you, middle finger man. G-time don't cost a dime.
G-time don't cost a dime.
You know that I thank middle finger man. He took that name on Twitter. It's like, yeah, right on, brother.
G-time don't cost a dime. G-time don't cost a dime.
I'll go off on subject. Coders and the farmers get beat up because they're the most important. You know, like the farmers are like, you know, oh, those farmers and they're they're not treating the environment right. Well, they're the only ones treating the environment right. Oh, I remember now. And that, is that because they think from 3 atmospheres with objects inside. All right. So marrying the farmers and the coders with object-oriented programming, the Earth dog food.
Yes, this is Nick
that
Nolte.
We give away to the flat Earth God food eaters. They're gonna gobble it up. And that's what OS called it, is that way I can concentrate on content, get the right people in the right position, and I can get out of the way and do what I'm good at. I mean, it's just like system design stuff. I'm down. You've seen all the inventions that I give you for free.
What?
And so, yeah, the one we got to do is that holding this phone. You take this phone and you put it next to a radio, and the radio, if it's on AM or something, it goes, I feel the energy in it. And so we got to come up with some electromagnetic shielding gloves and holders, because you can't block the electromagnetic from the phone, because it's not good for it. I bet your fingers don't feel the same as when you were a kid. I mean, I feel them little nummies, and so I do not use it with my left hand anymore. I had to change just to the right. That's a new invention. You can have it. Go make $1 million. So I just wanted to give you guys an update.
What? He just gave us $1 million invention? What? With his hand? Did I miss something?
Net connection here. See how good it is, and I'm going to upload a 7-minuter. I love you guys. Bye-bye.
G-time don't cost a fine, but Super Chat costs $2.
Species start over startup. Species start over startup. Species SOS. Funds OS called. And we, and the G-timers, that we just set them free with the dog food, the Earth dog food. We give it to them. We grow Turing complete children.
He looks like he needs a shower.
So I love you, friends. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Thank you for putting up with me. I know I'm kind of like in your hair. I love you. Bye.
Okay. Here's the next video. Oh God, that music. It's eerie. All right, full screen. I'm pausing it, and I will do a bong hit so that everyone has the opportunity to get into full screen mode. Let's get into it.
Impeach him! Impeach him!
He finally changed, and I want to take credit for this. He finally changed the angle of his camera, so you can't see into his bathroom anymore. You can't see the plate of like shitty microwave food sitting on his desk. It's like this camera angle, which is how it's supposed to be.
Them words of Maxine Waters. Remember? I showed you in the video, impeach him, where she went fucking nuts and started calling for impeaching Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump hasn't done an impeachable offense. Well, guess who you put in power once again? The crazies.
What do you mean? Did you look at the results? I would say Republicans are still very much in power. The Democrats got a little bit of power back.
Lunatic fringe of the Democrat Party is now in power again. You know those communists that I warned you about? Yeah, they're in power again.
No.
And so
there are no communists in power in the United States. No communists.
So now
Communists would not enjoy living in the United States. I mean, if they were truly communists, then they would like literally be advocating for communism, and that's not happening.
Hue and cry of impeach him is going to be heard for the next 2 years.
That doesn't make them communists.
Good going, guys. Good going, guys. That's just wonderful. Just wonderful.
I can't believe that you're complaining. Like, if you're a Republican, you should be happy because people were predicting that there'd be the blue wave going on and that, you know, the Democrats would take the House and the Senate, and they only took the House and the Senate is fine.
Isn't it? Yes. Anyways, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Look at his face. He's like, he's very proud of this catchphrase that he's created with the, I mean, like, that's his thing. Can you imagine him, like, standing in the mirror? You know, like, Von Helton gets out of the shower. He's got a towel on, and he's, like, looking in the steamy mirror, and he's like, let's talk about things. You know, and he goes through a lot of different ones. And then finally he gets it. Let's get into it. And he's like, yeah. Fuck yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's the catchphrase. I'm killing it.
Alrighty, folks.
And we owe it to ourselves to watch it in sped up. Yeah, okay, why are you complaining? Jesus, why are you complaining?
Alrighty, folks, here's what we got. 4451 and 221-198. Now, in order to impeach the president, you need 65%, if I recall correctly. Democrats do not have 65%.
No. So don't worry about it.
I don't give a damn how you spend these numbers. There's no way there's 65% there. It's just not going to fucking happen. All right, so can the Democrats impeach the president? No. They don't have the votes. They don't have the votes in the House or the Senate to do it.
Okay.
All right, but because you put a bunch of literal lunatics, the literal lunatic fringe of American politics, back in the damn White House, back in the House, U.S. House, all we're going to hear for the next 2 fucking years is impeach.
That was a Freudian slip. Yeah, the lunatics are in the White House. That's why all the sane people end up resigning.
President Trump, impeach President Trump. That's all we're going to hear for the next 2 years. And you know who's to blame for this? Who's to blame for this? Conservatives that sat on their ass and said, my vote don't count, so I'm not going to get out and vote. And now we've lost the fucking House to the Democrats by a narrow margin, by a hair's breadth, literally. Literally by a hair's breadth, we lost the House. So for the next 2 years, all you're going to hear is impeach Trump, Russia collusion, impeach Trump, Russia collusion. For the next 2 fucking years, that's all you're going to fucking hear. There's going to be gridlock. Nothing is going to get done. The extra money that was supposed to...
Nothing ever gets done anyway, and there's still gridlock anyway. What are you talking about? There was government shutdowns. God, you're fucking stupid. You know, by the way, I wanted to mention something. I was looking in the comments for the episode that we did, the midterm election episode that we did last night. And there was one person that was like, can't believe you fucking use CNN. Are you just trolling or are you fucking stupid? It's like, all we did was use CNN's election maps. It's the same data that everybody's getting. I just thought CNN had the coolest looking maps on their website.
Go into your wallet at the end of this coming fiscal year? Yeah, you can forget that. You can kiss that goodbye. Because the House is going to fucking block it, you middle morons. You bunch of fucking morons. If the Republicans had held on to the House and the Senate, you would have got a surplus at the end of this fiscal year. Why? Because that's what Trump promised. Trump promised to give it to you if they maintain the House and Senate. Well, you lost the House, so there goes your big fat surplus. It's gone. It's gone. Kiss it goodbye. It's not going to be there because the Democrats are going to tax the fuck out of you to get it away from you. You morons. You would have had more money in your pocket to go out and buy shit. And now you ain't going to get it because the Democrats is going to tax it away from you. You idiot. And like I said, the only one to blame for the House under the control of the Democrats is for conservatives that would not go out and vote. Them's the only ones that can be blamed for this shit. I went out and voted. Straight Republican. And I'm a registered independent. I went out and voted straight Republican. Why? Because
you're a Republican and you lie when you say you're an independent?
I want to lose the damn House. Or the Senate, neither one, for that matter. So now for the next 2 years, thanks to lazy-ass conservatives, all we're going to hear is impeach Trump, even though they clearly do not have the numbers.
Who cares? Okay, then ignore them. Why does it matter? That's the reason why you're upset?
There's no way you can spend any one of these numbers and claim 65%. You can't do it. No way. You can't do it. It's almost evenly split down the fucking middle. But what are we going to hear? We're going to hear it for the next 2 years. Impeach Trump, Russia collusion, Trump is evil, Trump is a Nazi, Trump is Hitler reincarnate. That's all we're going to hear for the next 2 years.
I mean, we heard all that kind of shit when Obama was president too. There were people that didn't think he should be president because he wasn't born in the United States. There's been all kinds of I heard people say they wanted Bush impeached and Clinton got impeached. So whatever, this happens all the time. One side always wants to impeach the other side, and if they can, they will. Stop crying about it. If you don't like it, ignore it.
No meaningful legislation will be done. Nothing is going to be taken care of.
You know what? That's status quo right now. I think Von Helton is mad that he lost his handout. Did he? That'd be so funny. I don't know. I don't pry into his life, but if he's on public assistance, who the fuck is he to be bitching about communists and shit? Like what? He should be hoping for communism. If he's getting government checks already. 46% of the way there. Fick yeah.
The surplus you would have got at the end of this fiscal year, kiss it goodbye, because the Dems are going to tax the fuck out of you. It's all gone, man. It's all gone. Poof. Well, just like that. Literally overnight, man. You just literally voted away your surplus. It's gone.
Whatever. Prove that there was a surplus.
Okay, a surplus that you would have got. More money in your pocket. Now you say, Bon, how can you sit there and say I would have got more money in my pocket? Because it happened to me under Reagan. That's how. It happened to me under Reagan. Under Reagan, my paycheck went from $90 to $120 after taxes. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. You would have gotten more money in your pocket if the Republicans had maintained the House and the Senate. That is not my opinion. It is a fact borne out during the Reagan years. You would have gotten more money. Let that sink in, folks. That's got to sink into your brain. I want to sit there and pound it into your brain until it registers up here. You would have gotten more money in your paycheck at the end of the year than you would have now. But now that the Dems have the House again, guess what? You can kiss your extra money out of your paycheck goodbye. It's gone, because the Dems are going to tax it away from you. That's why this election was critical. Well, it's one of the reasons why this election was critical. And why I got on here and I said, get the fucking Republicans off their lazy ass and out to vote.
How do you get to call other people lazy when you get to sit around all day and pretend like you're a sorcerer?
Because I'm telling you right now, the reason the Dems have a majority in the House right now is because of Republicans that said, oh, my vote don't count. I'm going to sit down and not do a damn thing. But, Yvonne, how do you know? Because I've talked to Republicans that say that shit. They're all over the damn place. But my vote ain't going to count, so I'm just going to stay home. Well, it just cost you the House of Representatives, and it cost you a surplus in your paycheck at the end of this fiscal year. For real. Let me say it again so that it sinks in up here. My paycheck under Reagan after taxes went from $90 to $120. That's not pie in the sky. That's not hearsay or innuendo. That is something that personally happened to me.
It's anecdotal is what it is. It's not innuendo. It's anecdotal.
I can absolutely sit here and look you in the eye and say, yes, damn it, it really happened. Well, you know what? The extra money in your wallet at the end of this fiscal year, yeah, bye-bye. It's gone. It's gone. It's literally gone. Kiss it goodbye. This is why I kept saying, it's very important. Get out here and vote. You've got to vote. You've got to vote. You've got to stop the damn commies. Oh, well. And now we got a lunatic in the fucking house again.
Von Helton's stuck in the Cold War. We should be so paranoid about the commies taking over. They can't raise taxes because the Republicans have to approve any tax raises because they control the Senate. He does not know how the government fucking works. Yes, you are absolutely correct. Yes. That's why I was saying earlier, why is he complaining? There was no blue wave. The Senate was not taken over.
Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, the two nuttiest fucking people in Washington, D.C. by far, and even Democrats will tell you that. The literal lunatic fringe of American politics are back in charge again. And so for the next 2 years, all we're going to hear is impeach Trump, impeach Trump, impeach Trump, we got to impeach Trump, we've got to impeach Trump, even though Trump doesn't have any impeachable offense. What's Trump's impeachable offense? Our economy is booming. Jobs have increased by a minimum of 200,000. Some are estimating at the end of the year possibly 4 million new jobs by the end of the year. Fiscal year I'm referring to. All gone. Poof. All gone. In a puff of smoke just that quick. Because goddamn conservatives would not get out and vote. Wouldn't get out and vote. Oh, my vote don't matter. My vote don't count. So I'm going to sit home. Yeah, well, there you go. There's the fruit of your labor. Sitting on your ass doing nothing now the Dems have the House. And the money we would have gotten our paychecks at the end of the month. That ain't going to come. Because the Dems in the House will either block it or whittle it away with taxes. One or the other. Good going, gang. That's all I got to say. Good going. Now, does the Democrats have enough votes to impeach Trump? No, clearly not. 44-51, 221, 198. No, they ain't got the vote. They ain't got them. They just don't have them. Sorry. But that's all we're going to hear for the next 2 years. That's all we're going to hear for the next... I showed you Maxine Waters out of her own mouth. Impeach Trump! Over and over and fucking over again. And so now that's all we're going to hear for the next 2 years. Good going, guys. I mean, holy shit. And who's to blame? The Republicans that say, my vote don't matter, I'm going to stay home. That's who's to blame for this. Thank the gods we at least got the damn Senate. But see, the Senate only approves the laws. It's the House that writes them. Okay? You got to have both. All right? And we lost the House because of lazy Republicans or independents or conservatives that would not get out and vote. And so now we've lost the House. And so now meaningful legislation will not get passed. The surplus that we would have gotten in our wallets at the end of the fiscal year. Shut up.
You keep saying that. I'm done with you, Von Helton. I just noticed this news story that Nancy Pelosi wants to become the Speaker of the House again. But I honestly don't think she should be. I hope they replace her with somebody better. I don't know. I'll read this article some other time. Ew. Wow, looks like a lot of people downloaded and installed Streamlabs OBS. That's pretty awesome. Pastor Anderson. Yeah, with Streamlabs OBS, like having 3 screens, I would say, is an ideal setup for someone who's streaming solo. Like if you're just streaming solo, I would say having 3 screens is probably your best bet. I started out with 2, but then I found 3 was great. But then when you need multiple people to have a screen, then you're talking about even more fucking screens. All right, what the fuck?
We got an election coming up in a few days, and if you all don't get out and vote, you're going to feel so bad. Everybody needs to vote. I don't care who you vote for. I mean, I care, but you got to vote for
God's side.
Don't go around complaining.
Vote for God's side. Vote for Donald Trump of the God Side Party.
Your candidates don't win if you didn't vote. All right. So it is so important that we begin to do these things, because greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world.
Amen.
Do you think God is using President Trump? Some people think he's not. Do you feel like God is using Trump?
Well, sure. And I think sometimes in spite of Donald Trump's inability to articulate as well as we would like him to, right?
Yes.
There are times I have to admit I cringe. I'm like, please stop tweeting. But on the other hand, he's an outsider.
See, even they acknowledge the tweet shit is cringy. But whatever, it's funny. People enjoy it, I guess.
He's not, in the political deep state. He's really not, what do they call him? The people that have been in this business for a long, long time. And so because of that, God is using him. He really is like a Cyrus-like figure.
Yes.
Sometimes he's a little bit like a Nebuchadnezzar figure. But the whole point is God's kind of using him in spite of himself. What I really like about Donald Trump, he reminds me of a baby Christian. He reminds me of somebody that just comes out of a really rough life where they just did anything they wanted to do, whether it was drunkenness or whatever, right?
Yes.
And I would see that in our church. And I always said, I want my church full of drunks and prostitutes and all the...
Wow. I mean, cool, whatever.
I do. I wanted them there, right? Because I knew this is the hospital they need to be in. And Trump kind of reminds me of that. And if you watch him day by day, his language, everything else is...
So that's why Trump's just, he's trying to bring prostitutes closer to Jesus.
Or I would call it Christian refined, right?
God has really dealt with me that if our president is assassinated, it will be judgment on America.
Mm-hmm.
God's going to protect him as long as we pray over him.
Yes.
And we keep praying. I
Pray
mean, it's a
for
miracle.
God.
He's surviving.
Or
Miracle
pray
he's
for
doing what
Trump.
he's doing.
Keep him alive.
And,
if you don't pray for Trump, he's going to die.
I just want the people of God to know that we have to move and we have to pray.
Yeah.
We have to vote.
Yeah.
We have to cover with the blood of Jesus our children and our families and everything that's around us.
Yes.
This is the new age, and it is not the new age of Jesus Christ. This is a new age of demon power in this country.
Says the guy who was in prison for years. Like he's so fucking virtuous. Everyone should listen to him. I can't believe he has a show. Who the fuck watches this shit and falls for it?
All the presidents have done things that don't please people. And it's just that Trump has a certain personality, and a lot of the things that people don't like about him are personality. It's not his policies. Even the liberals like having more money in their pockets with the tax cuts.
They keep doing this money in your pocket. Yeah, you got more money in your pocket. I mean, I like having money, but I also like having, I don't like being taxed and my money going to fund wars and overfund the military, in my opinion. I'd rather my tax dollars go towards other things. So, I don't know. Fuck. The whole tax thing is so complicated because I don't mind paying more taxes if it goes to benefit society, but I mind paying taxes for things that I disagree with. But yeah, I don't know.
Now they don't have as much of our money to spend if they happen to be in power, but I'm talking about the average liberal voter. You know, they're not really against it. Are they sending the money back to the government? Said, oh, you used to take this in taxes. Of course not.
If you have $120 and that's a fact, send it to me through Streamlabs, and then we'll know that you were telling the truth.
There's not one person in America that does that.
Right. And it's funny you mention that because the media made a big show, the New York Times, out of digging into his tax returns and his son-in-law's tax returns and criticizing him for taking advantage of tax laws to avoid paying taxes by doing things that are perfectly legal. Like,
that's what we all do.
Exactly.
I mean, they write the tax laws to force you to do that because they're so unfair.
Vorn Helton with his, he got Ronald Reagan gave him a $30 raise. You wish you could give me bits on Twitch? You actually can. You can give me bits, I think. I don't think I have to be, like, online to get bits. I think, like, if someone went to Twitch and gave me bits, then it would accept them even though I wasn't streaming there. Pretty sure. So if you want to give me bits, give me some offline bits. That would be cool. Those are nice. All right, here's Jeff Sessions, forced to resign.
It did not take long. Just hours after the results of the midterm elections and that split victory for President Trump. Today, the president demanded...
Did you... oh, yes, I am a Streamlabs OBS affiliate with an affiliate link. I don't believe that it's in the description right now, which sucks. But I'll put it in there. I am. I mean, so far, I've gotten a few people to sign up. It hasn't been paying, like, amazing or not. But the thing that's surprising about the fact that it's not as big as I thought it would be is because it's free and anybody can download it and play around with it. Sorry, I got really high, so talking's not coming too easy right now. I'm going to switch it from top chat to live chat.
His Attorney General Jeff Sessions resign, and he got what he wanted. Sessions submitting this letter, beginning by writing, "At your request, I am submitting my resignation." And these images just a short time ago, Jeff Sessions leaving the Justice Department for the last time, growing emotional. This has been a very turbulent relationship between the AG and the president. The president furious from the start that Sessions recused himself in the Russia investigation. And tonight, the president's move shifts the focus immediately from the midterms to the Mueller investigation. Is it in danger? ABC's Jonathan Karl tonight on the phone call to Sessions and the message from the president.
This morning, just before President Trump's post-election news conference, Chief of Staff John Kelly called Attorney General Jeff Sessions with a message from the president. Resign today. Sessions has been on thin ice for nearly 2 years. One of Trump's earliest and staunchest supporters, he infuriated the president shortly after becoming AG by recusing himself from the Russia investigation.
I am disappointed in the Attorney General. He should not have recused himself.
The Attorney General's decision ultimately led to the appointment of special counsel Robert Mueller. Trump never forgave him.
If he was going to recuse himself, he should have told me before he took the job, and I would have picked somebody else.
For months, the president publicly humiliated the Attorney General.
Well, it's kind of hurtful, but the President of the United States is a strong leader.
Tonight, employees at the Department of Justice applauded Sessions as he walked out of the Justice Department building for the last time. The president quickly named Sessions' chief of staff, Matt Whitaker, as the acting attorney general.
Matt Whitaker.
He will serve our country well. Whitaker is now the ultimate authority over the special counsel
He looks like his head, when you go from his face to his head like bubbles out. He's like a mushroom head.
In the past, President Trump has suggested he wants an attorney general who will protect him. And in Whitaker, he has picked someone who has talked openly about reining in Robert Mueller. Last year, when the president said Mueller would be crossing a red line if he investigated the Trump family business and finances, Whitaker, then a CNN contributor, wrote, "The president is absolutely correct. That goes beyond the scope of the appointment of the special counsel."
I see.
And in a television appearance, Whitaker defended the infamous Trump Tower meeting. Donald Trump Jr., Paul Manafort, and Jared Kushner sitting down with a Russian lawyer they were told had dirt on Hillary Clinton.
You would always have somebody from the campaign take that meeting and hear that person out.
Whitaker also openly talked about how an acting attorney general could effectively put an end to the Russia investigation.
I could see a scenario where Jeff Sessions is replaced with a recess appointment, and that attorney general doesn't fire Bob Mueller, but he just reduces his budget so low that his investigation grinds to almost a halt.
And John Carl with us live tonight from the White House.
Wow.
On the air until the wee hours of the morning covering the midterm. John, you're back at it on your beat at the White House. The Democrats are already calling on the new acting attorney general, Matthew Whitaker, to recuse himself from the Russia investigation, given what he has said about it before. Even some Republicans sounding concerned tonight, John?
Well, Democrats are warning of a constitutional crisis if Whitaker doesn't recuse himself and interferes in any way with the investigation. And some Republicans are expressing concerns as well, including Susan Collins and Senator-elect Mitt Romney, who today warned, saying that it was imperative.
Yes, Senator-elect Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney is now a senator. He finally won an election after getting his ass kicked running for president.
That the investigation proceeds to its conclusion unimpeded. David?
John Carl leading us off tonight. John, thank you. Another major question about this tonight. Does this put pressure on Robert Mueller to wrap this up, to issue his findings, with Democrats concerned tonight, some Republicans, as John mentioned too, over whether this investigation will be protected? So let's get right to Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas tonight. Pierre, how soon could we see Mueller's report?
David, yes, this does create pressure for Mueller to complete the job. And as we just heard, Whitaker has talked about potentially cutting Mueller's funding. He's also said that if Mueller investigates the president's finances, the investigation could look like, quote, a mere witch hunt. That said, Mueller is not someone to buckle to pressure. He'll end this investigation when he sees fit. Some of my sources are hoping Mueller will wrap up by the end of the year, with more indictments potentially coming sooner, possibly in weeks or days, David.
Pierre Thomas with us live as well. Pierre, thank you.
Hi. Wow. So much drama going on in the government. So where is it? I had downloaded a video. It should be in my playlist, but it's not. Where is it? So there's a guy who is a reporter that works at the White House. He goes to the White House press briefings, and he's known for asking a lot of questions that irritate the president and Sarah Huckabee Sanders. His name's Jim Acosta, and they just revoked his press pass. Here's an example of him asking Trump
questions.
Miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of
You know
miles
what?
away. That's
I
not
think
an
you
invasion.
should, honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings
Let me
would be
ask,
much
if
better.
I may
Okay,
ask
that's
one other
enough.
question, Mr. President. If I may ask
Peter,
one
go
other
ahead.
question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's
Mr.
enough.
President,
That's
I was going
enough.
to ask one of the other folks.
That's
have had-
enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr.
Excuse
President,
me. That's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question,
let's
if
go.
I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned
indictments-
about anything with
that you
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming down?
investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
CNN should be ashamed that you're working for them. You're a terrible person.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his
Well, I'm
butt
not a
like
big
the rest
fan of
us.
yours either. So
I understand.
Wow. Wow. He's like just outwardly mean to his critics.
Be honest.
So let me ask you a question, if I can. You repeatedly said
you aren't the best,
Mr. President. You repeatedly over the course
Okay,
of
just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead,
Mr. President. Over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir, at the end of the campaign, you repeatedly said that Americans need to fear Democrats. You said Democrats would unleash a wave of violent crime that endangers families everywhere. Why are you
Because
pitting
they're very weak on
Americans?
crime.
Why are
Excuse
you
me.
pitting Americans
Peter.
against one another, sir?
Peter, what are you trying to be him?
No, I'm
Peter,
just
let me
asking.
let me just tell you, very simple, because they're very weak on crime. Because they have often suggested, members and people within the Democrat Party at a high level have suggested getting rid of ICE, getting rid of law enforcement. That's not going to happen, okay? We want to be strong on the borders. We want to be strong on law enforcement, and I want to cherish ICE because ICE does a fantastic.
I want to cherish ICE.
Job. What they do for us is so really, it's so unrecognized how good a job they do. So we want to take.
How dare you insult ICE? They do a great job, and they go unrecognized.
Them, and we want to hold them very close because they do a good job.
But the question to be clear,
hold them close. Want to hold them close and give them kisses on their forehead, back rubs, foot rubs, spoon with them.
Clear though the question,
Thank you
sir,
very
is
much.
why are you
sit down?
But the question, but you didn't answer my question. Just very simply, the question is, why are you pitting Americans against one another, sir?
I'm not.
Is that how you view citizens
well,
of
look,
this
I'll
country?
tell you what. We won a lot of elections last night. We did very well last night.
But in many ways,
I think
it
it's
divided
going
the
to
country.
have. I think it's going to have a very positive impact. I watched NBC this morning. They didn't report it exactly correctly, but that's very. That's the fact with NBC. Nothing I can do about that. But I want this country to have protection. We want security in our country. I want security, Peter. I mean, you maybe don't think it's so important. And I think when you don't have it, you are indeed unleashing
Maybe you don't
crime.
think security is important, but I do.
You said you would sign an executive order on birthright citizenship. Are you still going to sign the executive order on birthright citizenship?
You'll
this
ask
week?
me that question a little bit later. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Here's Mike Huckabee saying Jim Acosta is a bully.
All right, here now we have Mike Huckabee, former presidential candidate, Fox News contributor, also former governor. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. A lot of things going on today. We're just going to go around the horn. Let me start with Jeff Sessions, the breathless response to it.
This is Sarah Huckabee Sanders'
the man
dad,
who's
to anyone
taking
who
his
doesn't
place
know.
temporarily, who now folks are speculating is going to have a totally different approach, even though he's temporarily in there. What are your thoughts on all these changes at the Department of Justice?
You made the right call when you said the breathless reaction. I mean, people act like this is a shocker. This was coming. Anybody who didn't see it is as surprised as Alec Baldwin, not liking his parking place in Manhattan. Yeah. I mean, this was clearly something that was on the way. It was just a matter of when it was going to be. And the very Democrats, Melissa, who wouldn't vote for Sessions to be Attorney General, and they called him everything from incompetent to a racist, for heaven's sakes. Now they're so sad that he's leaving. They just can't believe that Donald Trump would get rid of him. That's absurd. So the president has a right to hire. He has a right to fire. People who serve in his cabinet do so at the pleasure of the president.
But
and for a long time, this president...
He's fired so many people. He's fired so many people.
The president hasn't had a lot of pleasure in the way that Jeff Sessions has served. So it's his right to do it.
So many news events since the election last night. Let me ask you about that crazy press conference that happened this afternoon where a lot of reporters getting very fired up. Jim Acosta from CNN came out and took the microphone, took a lot of issue with the president. He spent a lot of time. I'm not sure if he ever asked a question. At some point, they got into a back and forth. And here, the woman whose job it is to pass the microphone and share with other reporters, which is not something Jim Acosta likes to do, sharing time with other reporters, came up to him to pass the microphone, which is her job. And he appears to have chopped her in the arm. The way the media is playing it, so some of the reports say tried to forcibly take the microphone from Acosta. Everybody knows you don't want to get in between him and a microphone. But that was her job to pass it on. What did you think of this scene?
Whatever. Okay, they're trying to say that he chopped her arm. The woman in the red dress. By doing this right here, by putting his hand, so he's got the microphone in one hand, he's like going like that.
What did you think of this scene and frankly the
Oh, come on. What?
way that he's treated your daughter as well, Jim Acosta?
He's a bully. He's a bully. It's simple as that. And let's just put it this way.
Are you seriously going to say this shit? This is crazy.
That Jim Acosta, had done that in a way, and he was a Republican candidate or office holder, and he had touched a woman in that manner, and she was a reporter. We would be hearing people just gnashing their teeth over this, but because he's Jim Acosta, the reporters circle their wagons around him. Melissa, I respect the fact the press has a right to ask the president any question they wish to ask, but they don't have the right to demand that he give them the answer that they want. So they ask the question, he gives an answer, and then he moves on. They don't have a right to own that platform, and that microphone, by the way, belongs to the White House. If Acosta wants an unrestricted platform, here's a suggestion for him. Jim, get your butt on the ballot, run for office, get elected, then it's your show. But until then, you have to have some respect for the office and the fact that there are other reporters in the room other than you.
Oh, whatever. Gnashing their teeth. Who says that? I think conservative Christians, which is Mike Huckabee. Here's one more.
Breaking right now, the White House has just revoked CNN's chief White House correspondent's press credentials, after his despicable behavior at today's news conference.
Oh, really?
Also happening today, Attorney General Jeff Sessions submitting his letter of resignation at President Trump's request. In her first interview since all this news broke, counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, spoke with me. We covered a whole lot of ground, including that press conference, but my first question to her tonight was, does Sessions' resignation mean the Mueller investigation will be submitted in
Congress officials throughout the administration time not
looking at the Democrats with the House
responded to
to legal immigration. So let's continue with that.
And,
But
and
this
clearly he has a
president
different
says-
opinion.
Oh, here it goes.
I want to show the viewer this. We don't need to play the sound. We're going to do that a little bit later. But I want them to hear the actions of Jim Acosta with that female aide, because
Really?
it
He
struck
batted
me as
down her
extremely
arm.
aggressive.
You don't put your hands on a young woman.
But he did.
What? They said it was despicable behavior. What? Hold on.
But I want them to hear the actions of Jim.
What? What happened? What is this? They're saying they're making it sound like he assaulted her.
We're going to do that a little bit later, but I want them to hear the actions of Jim Acosta with that female aide, because it struck
batted
me as
down her
extremely
arm.
aggressive.
You don't put your hands on a young woman.
But he did.
But he did.
And I as I watched it, I worried. I worried for her. I worried. I thought, is the president going to have to come down and intervene and break this up? It struck me as, I mean, aside from being extraordinarily unprofessional, my concern again was for her and her safety. And again, we can show you that video. It's very clear that he has his hand on her in a way that, if the tables were reversed.
Well, look at her face. Look at her face. She's shocked, and I don't want to make her the issue. This is a lovely young woman who's just there to do her job. And so I don't want her to become a household name either.
And look, I've defended Jim Acosta, Kellyanne, and I've defended him when he's out there trying to do his job and he gets heckled in the crowds. That's not right either. But what
happened?
he did to
It
her
doesn't-
today.
It looked like nothing to me. It literally looked like nothing. It looked like nothing to me.
It just really struck me as crossing a line.
And then he also takes selfies with some of the people in the crowds, we've noticed. But in any event, it just is, it crosses a line. You don't put your hands on a woman. I think we all had to hear that recently in some other context. And I'm not sure that he's apologized to that young woman, but she certainly is owed one.
Yeah, I'd agree that she is owed one. Thank you so much, Kellyanne Conway.
Oh my God. Broken bones. He dislocated her elbow. He fucking ripped her arm off and threw it on the ground and was like, ah. Hey, everyone. I want to take a minute to point out the goal. Our goal to have yet another bonus episode. We're doing a bonus episode this week because we met the goal last week. And we're already almost halfway there. If you want to throw some shekels into the pot and help contribute, basically we just crowdfund the bonus episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, $5. 1, 2, 3, $400. Everyone's talking about how injured the poor woman was by the reporter. She's going to die now. She's in the, oh, she died. Oh no. She died because he karate chopped her. That's crazy. She was reaching for the microphone and he just fucking karate chopped her to death. Yeah, actually we missed the real part where like he fucking like pulled out a giant knife and stabbed her through the arm. And then he fucking pulled out a gun and shot her through the elbow. And then he fucking bit into the wound and like took all the flesh out of it with his teeth. And there's just blood dripping down his face. And then he gave the microphone to the other reporter over there. Finish her. The Acosta chop. What is it though? I'm like watching them talk about it and then watching it happen. And I'm like, am I even watching the same thing? Like, it.
For her and her safety. And again, we can show you that video. It's very clear that he has his hand on her in a way that, you know, if the tables were reversed.
Well, look at her face. Look.
The chop heard around the world. Keep chopping. Chippity chop chop. She died inside. Oh, he murdered her on the inside. Chop. Thank you. Thanks for the 350. How can she chop? How can she chop? Thank you, subbed Hunter. How can she chop? How can she chop? Thank you for the monies. I appreciate super chats, but I do take a moment to let everyone know super chats do not count towards the goal. And Google, evil Google. They get a piece of that, and they're garbage. We know this, right? Yeah. That's better. Goal for weekly bonus show. She's dead.
Look at her face. She's shocked, and I don't want to make her the issue. This is a lovely young woman who's just there to do her job. And so I don't want her to become a household name either.
And look, I've defended Jim Acosta, Kellyanne, and I've defended him when he's out there.
I defended him, but he chopped the fuck out of that bitch. She's shocked that he fucking chopped her. Yeah. Yes, give me monies to feed Billy. Billy's a hungry, sweet boy. Jim Acosta will accost ya. He will. What happened, though? Like, literally, what happened? I don't even see what they're talking about, really. I see his arm. Was it a chop? It didn't even look like a chop. Oh, thanks. 390. Yeah. Almost 50% of the way to our goal. Thank you, Space Lord. Space Lord. Likes things nice and even. It's really funny how they're doing this because he's a reporter that shows up a lot and asks a lot of questions, and it pisses Trump off. So now, before you know it, they're using this as a reason to revoke his press pass because his hand touched the inner elbow of the woman who was trying to take the microphone away from him. Really? Okay, Roger. We'll see if the chat agrees with you, Roger. Ben, when someone touches you without your consent, is legally considered battery, even though she wasn't hurt. That's why this is an issue. But she was coming to touch him and take something away from him, right? And I don't know. It looked like nothing happened to her. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you agree with me. I mean, I see comments like that and I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, Billy the Fridge, he knows what's up. Classic battery, man. Classic fucking battery. With his chop. He battered the fuck out of that girl with his chop. It was literally nothing. I know. I know. Oh, cool.
I've been in a Baptist church.
I'm going to download this. This should be good. Why isn't Billy the Fridge in here, man? I could bring him in. I could bring him in via Discord. Hey, Billy the Fridge, if you want to come in here, go into general voice and or you know what, you can come. Actually, you don't have to do that. You can just come straight in to the not general, but what's it called? Live streams, right? Yeah, just come into live stream. Hold the mic. Stone Boy. Actually, what I should... Actually, let me figure this shit out. All right, that's set up right. I think... Hello? Huh. I can't hear him for some reason. Oh, hold on. I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this, guys. I know what the problem is. Gotta fix something very quick. Oh, fuck. It's taking way longer than it should. Here we are. All right. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we good?
Yeah. We're good now.
Okay, cool.
I had to switch something around. For a minute there, I was debating whether or not we should just get into a call so you could see the screen, but whatever.
On a Skype?
Oh no, well, no, we don't have to use Skype. We could use Discord. Like we can get to like a private call, like through DMs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could just share the screen with you through that.
Then I could turn on my camera and you could see my naked body?
No. No.
I'm actually fully clothed. That was a lie.
Mm.
What are you watching? You're like, I'm not willing to take that risk.
They're watching this guy. I was watching the video of this reporter. He was pissing off Trump, and some woman at the White House tried to take the microphone away from him, and he like kind of used his hand to hold her away, and they're saying that he chopped her.
Whoa, he assaulted her? He used a wrestling chop? Like,
no,
because he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Fame pro wrestler. And he's over here chopping women? Donald Trump?
No. It wasn't Donald Trump.
Oh.
Okay, so there was a reporter. They took away his press pass at the White House because of this. He was asking Trump questions, and Trump was getting pissed off and wanted the microphone to be given to somebody else. So this woman came up to the reporter, tried to take the microphone away, and the reporter kind of held her arm away with his hand, and they're saying that he chopped her. And now everybody's...
Is she dead?
No! It was fine. I mean, it was
just like the guy that chopped his wife up at the Seattle Center the other day.
No, that was real. I mean, that was some serious shit. This was nothing. I'd play it for you, but we'd have to get into
should we get into it private?
yeah, I guess so. Let's see. All right, I'll send you a DM.
It goes.
Are you there?
Yeah.
All right.
I see that screen.
Yeah. All right. So I'll show you this chop. It's fucking okay. Yeah. Okay. Here it is.
I thought, is the president going to have to come down and intervene and break this up? It struck me as, aside from being extraordinarily unprofessional.
Are you able to see it? Because it looks like it's oh no. Oh, you're trying to turn your camera on. That's what you're doing, right?
I wanted to show you my naked body, but it's
fuck you. All right. Look at the chop.
For her
look at the chop
and her safety. And again, we can show
right
you
her safety.
Right there.
Wait, that was a chop?
That's what they're saying. Hold on. Here it is.
And
here
again, we can show you
right there.
No. He rested his arm on her arm for a second. That's not he's obviously trying to partition her from the microphone.
Yeah,
but there was no force in that at all. I thought he was gonna like slap one of her tits off.
No. That's why I was laughing, and then everyone in the chat earlier was like, "She died. He broke her elbow." Yeah, they're doing it now. He basically killed her.
Did he throw her off of Hell in a Cell in 1998?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Through the Spanish announce table.
Son of a bitch.
Video, it's
Son of
very
a bitch.
clear that
Keep
he
showing
has his
It's
hand
like,
on her in a way that, you know, if the
RKO
tables
out of
were-
nowhere.
Hey, nothing you can say.
reversed.
Well, look at her face. Look at her face. She's shocked, and I don't want to make her the issue. This is a lovely young woman who's just there to do her job. And
They said earlier, they were like, this is despicable behavior.
Okay. There was absolutely no force or direction of that. It settled in her elbow, right?
Yeah.
What was she supposed to do? He was showing a sign that he wasn't done talking.
Yeah.
There was no force at all there. But you know what? In about 30 years, he's going to get knocked off of the SCOTUS. He won't be able to be the Supreme Court justice because of this. The news of his assault will travel.
Oh,
over
yeah.
decades and destroy
No,
him.
he'll still get it anyway.
Okay. I don't know, man. Did you see all the new women that are in office now after our historic election night?
I did notice that. And you know what? I played 3 videos about the legalization in Michigan. That's just so awesome for Michigan.
You're like proud of Michigan for the first time in your life.
Yeah, they finally did something right.
That's so cute. So is this guy gonna be the new spokesperson for Slap Chop?
Acosta Chop is what it's called now. Acosta Chop. That could be a finisher.
Acosta Chop. And then it's like the most weak impact. You just like set your hand in someone's elbow pit.
The
Acosta Chop. You have to get the microphone from the ring announcer before you do it. You go down to Mike Chioda or whoever the ring announcer is. You grab the microphone out of his hand. Tony Chimmel. You grab the microphone out of his hand. You go back into the ring and you're like, Acosta Chop, and then you just set the palm of your hand in an elbow crevice. Acosta gonna accost you. Yeah, that's Subhunter's hitting all those memes in the chat right now.
Slap Chop guy will be the next mass shooter. Why? Because the Acosta Chop is gonna take over? Is that it or what?
I was on my Pokemon Go local Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
And somebody posted a picture from the neighborhood that I play Pokemon in, and it's like a couple blocks away from where I live. And there was this dude who posted on Snapchat with like an AR-15 saying he was going to go shoot up the high school in my neighborhood.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And so I don't know if he's actually going to do it, but who knows? Like I might accidentally catch a crosshair tomorrow in a school shooting.
What the fuck?
It's like right in my neighborhood, basically. I'm sure I won't get hit. Like I'm not even allowed around the high school anyways, right?
Oh my god. You're gonna get Acosta chopped.
I'm gonna get Acosta chop.
Yeah.
Whip.
Oh fuck. So what have you been up to?
Oh God, I went to the studio today and worked on some music. Actually, not at liberty to say what I worked on. It's not my project, so. But it was fun. It was good, and I swear to God, like yesterday, I had like so little amount of calories. Like this whole week, all week, I've been eating like low calories, and today I've eaten so much food. Like I'm
That
at
feels so good.
Oh man, I'm at 2,500 calories right now, but it feels like 10,000 because I've been going my whole day basically has been like 300 or 400 calories, and then I eat like a decent sized dinner, And so I usually end the day at like 1,200 to 1,500 calories for like the last 4 days. But today I was just like, I went to barbecue. I had ribs and brisket. Then I went to Panda Express and I had like grilled vegetables and vegetables with chicken. I just had like a whole big plate of vegetables. And then I went to Qdoba. Vegetables. Then I went to
Qdoba. See, you know it's right now.
It's not as good as Chipotle, but Qdoba
No, fuck you, man.
Qdoba does half-size bowls. So like instead of getting a full Chipotle, I got like a half a Qdoba bowl. Because I wasn't that hungry, but I was still like wasn't satiated from all the vegetables I got from Panda Express. And then I had some hamburger sausage, like beef mixture, like pork beef mixture with like onions and mushrooms. And now I am like full because I have been eating so small all week. This is like the first day I just went ham. It's so
You
hard
went
on
ham.
food. Yeah, and it's only like 2,500 calories, right? Like that's nothing. Like all last week, 2,500 was like my regular goal. But it's just because the last few days I've been going so low that I feel so fat. I can't believe people like Qdoba better than Chipotle. PF Chang is good.
PF Chang, it's all right. I prefer going to like a little Asian, like Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Those are all
like,
around me.
All the Korean barbecue places. Like I think the one in Bellevue is probably the best. The one that we went to.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been when you first took me there. That might have been the second time I ever went to Korean barbecue. And I found one in my neighborhood, and they're like $16 for pork belly and brisket, and that's the stuff that's not covered in sauce anyways, so it's better for keto. I swear I've gone to Korean barbecue since like we started going. I've probably gone 50 times. It's so nuts how often I go to Korean barbecue.
It's good shit.
Kimchi, man. I've been trying to get those natural microbes in my system.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roger McElfresh says he's only eating 1,300 calories a day. Aren't you at like 700 right now? And then you do like 800 calories worth of exercise?
Oh, me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like today I've been all right. Like I did today I've eaten 1,060 calories so far, and I've done 756 calories of exercise.
Oh, so you've only you're not in sub-zero category,
Right?
Because when you showed me like 800 that day and you only had 700 calories, I was like, is that even healthy? Like you're negative 100 calories? Are you gonna be okay, Benjamin?
Yeah, I'm still alive. I finally broke down into the 180s. I weighed in at 189 today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a goal, or you just
I guess we'll see.
just trying to lose fit?
Like to lose at least like 30 pounds, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, when
Like
I started
160, 150,
yeah, like 160, maybe 155, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably more around like the area I probably should be in. Yeah, because I was at 196. On October 30th, I was at 196, and I'm at 189 today. So
Damn.
there's like a little bit of progress.
October 30th, you were 196.
Yes. 196 on October 30th, and today I weighed in at 189.
Okay.
So like a week.
October 31st, I was 399.6 pounds. So like if you would have gained instead of lost, if you would have gained 4 pounds overnight, you'd have been exactly half of me. But now you're going down too, so that's not going to happen. I have to like lose hella weight to try and catch up with being double Ben.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, I noticed just recently the weight finally started falling. Like,
Yeah.
it took a while. It was kind of stuck there for a little while.
Well, it's like what, just over a week. That's really good.
Yeah, it's not bad. So 6 pounds. It's nothing huge.
But in
Or
a
7.
week, that's because you're not like huge, right? You're not huge.
Right.
Under 200 pounds isn't huge on anybody. Like if you were 5'4", even at 200 pounds, you'd still be a little fucking runt.
be a little fucking chubby hobbit.
Do you have a lot of hair on your body? I don't think I remember ever seeing you with a shirt off. I know I have, but I just don't remember. Do you have like a lot of body hair?
I have a decent amount.
I'm always surprised at how little body hair Joe has because he's Italian, and like every Italian I've ever met was just covered in hair.
Except for him in Ray Romano.
Yeah, that's why has it got to be the Ray Romano? I think Joe might be Ray Romano's illegitimate son.
Yeah, that's what I think. They look so much alike. It's weird.
Billy is scoping you out, Ben. Well, Ben said he brought up if he was 5'4" and 200 pounds, he'd be like a little hobbit. And then I thought about the hobbit's feet and how hairy their feet were, and my mind immediately was like, "Are you hairy, Ben? Like, do you have hobbit feet?" You know, these are the questions I ask. I have a weird mind. Onision, on Sunday, I went and filmed with Onision and Joe
God.
and a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So we might have some brand new content to share with the DP audience.
Awesome.
Some Onision content.
Some more weird homoerotic shit.
Yeah. Like,
why does that always happen with you and Onision? What's up with that?
Honestly, like after what we did with that one video, we showed up to we got Onision got like this farmhouse to rent, and it had like a hot tub and stuff, and it was like this huge house. There was probably like 5 bedrooms, and like all the bedrooms had multiple beds in them. It was just like this huge farmhouse, and there's big barn and stuff. And he was like trying to crack out a ton of sketches to.
So it's like Dracula's mansion, basically, is what you're saying.
Like if Dracula was on Hee Haw.
And his name was Onision.
Yeah, it was like a really nice house, but it was like definitely like we filmed like a haunted segment where we were ghost hunting in it and stuff. But the first 3 videos we did all ended in some sort of like male molestation. It was weird. These were all Onision's ideas. I think after what Joe and I did with him, he just got this idea where we're gonna be his meat puppets. And he's gonna make us do weird stuff. And Joe and I are just like, whatever. If it's funny, let's do it. It's I don't know. It's a weird world.
It's a weird world. Yes, indeed. A very, very weird world.
ASL
Joe.
guys. Yeah.
ASL guys. Yeah, it's like we're on a AOL chat or something.
It was always 14, female, Florida. That was the answer to ASL all the time. That's how you win ASL. 14, female, Florida.
It's so weird.
That's what I would always do when somebody typed ASL back in like the old Yahoo chat days.
What did female Florida?
Yeah. I don't know why. That was always my answer.
That's great.
I like 69 gay India.
Gay India.
69 gay India.
Open
Like gay
bobs.
is not a sex, is it? Oh man, with all the new genders, the ASL would get so confusing these days.
Yeah.
People are so lucky there's just webcam chat everywhere, so you don't even have to say how old you you probably should say how old you are. But you don't have to ask like sex and location because everybody's just on camera anyways. Young King Dave, R.I.P. I didn't know that. My friends and I, we cracked the code. 50 male to female Texas. Hot.
Male to male to female Texas. Yeah.
What's P stand for in the spectrum of gender? It says 12PCA. And is CA Canada or California? Pan? Oh, pan. Yeah, P is pansexual. I swear everybody's a pansexual right now. Like, you don't have bisexuals anymore. You don't really have gay or lesbians unless they're old. Like young youth are all pansexual.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems that way. I don't know. I hang out with a lot of like 20 somethings because I'm socially stunted.
Yeah.
Infinite Godkin omnipresent. That's a good one. It's actually a really good one. My age is infinite. I identify as Godkin sexually, and I'm omnipresent. I love that one. I'm bi, not pan. Thank you, Violet. Finally, somebody stands up for their rights. 3 Hermaphrodite Washington.
3.
It's terrible. I know. Just a random 3-year-old.
3 Hermaphrodite Washington.
This is a fun game. I love ASL.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think Jessica started that. Good game. I haven't seen the Diablo debacle yet. It's supposed to be a mobile game, right? Like that's all I've heard. I haven't seen anything about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you watch the trailer for it? What's so wrong with it? Is it just like
I haven't seen it?
Yeah, it's like what possibly could be that bad?
I'd rather not play it on mobile.
Yeah. I guess it's mobile has like the transactions and everything that you buy to pay to play.
Exactly.
I guess that could be a problem. I'm just used to playing Pokemon Go, and like that game, you can definitely pay to play, but you don't have to. Like I probably dropped a couple $100 into Pokemon Go.
Do you have Diablo 3?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I wanted somebody to play with online. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's all right. I like it.
Dude, I bought this fucking PlayStation 4 to play Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've spent like 2 hours on it, tops, over a week now. I maybe played 2 hours. It's like the worst investment I think I've made in a long time.
I'll be right back in just a second here. I have
For
to.
sure.
All right.
I'll just continue talking to the chat right now. Chat, I'm reading your chat live. You're large and in charge. The new Diablos are literal reskin of a different game by a different company. That actually sounds terrible. Diablo 4 when? Good question. Oh man. Oh shit. I just saw Leafy hit me up like 8 minutes ago.
All right.
All right. Now that Ben's gone, us tall people will rule the world. We already do. Tall people rule.
Yeah. Tall people rule.
Take care of your legs, Billy. What does that mean? What does that mean? Why would you... Why take care of my legs? I feel like someone's going to go for my knees now, and man, let's unite. You're going to have to step to us tall folk.
Have you ever seen the version of It's Quiz Time where it's like me as the host and everyone in the chat gets to play?
No, I haven't. I heard that was something you did, though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Don't they have like an adult version of It's Quiz Time?
Yeah, and then like Jackbox Games made some cool shit that you can play while streaming also.
Yeah, I think I saw people playing it at PAX.
Yes.
So
yes.
that might be interesting to check out. Who are your guys' personal favorite guests? I really enjoy Lacey Green. When she was on.
Dude, Jimmy Dore's
so
coming
fun.
back.
Yes.
Yep.
Jimmy Dore was awesome.
See,
I love Boogie, but I love Boogie regardless whether he's a guest or not. So
who would be the perfect guest host to have with Jimmy Dore? Like, who would go well with Jimmy Dore? Should we pick someone that agrees with a lot of shit that he says, or someone who opposes a lot of what he says?
I don't know if you want to have total opposition, but I definitely don't think you want a butt kisser, right? Like, just somebody who can hang with him on like political talk. I think whether or not it's like you don't want him to go like attacking him. I think
Right.
Jimmy's a more interesting person when he's like able to just like have a conversation, right? He shouldn't have to defend his stance on anything while he's on. I mean, if he did, maybe that would be interesting, but I feel like he's going to give more just from the conversation we had with him last time. It just felt like he was able to give more when he was more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, he's a comedian, so
yeah,
he's good at having conversations, funny, is what it is. I just don't know who someone said have G-Man on. That'd be ridiculous.
G-Man with Jimmy Dore. You see, the whole thing with G-Man, and this kills me because I know how much you guys love G-Man. I just like the shtick. It worked once for me, right? And every time since then, it's like I just don't have the nostalgia because I wasn't here like originally when he was like doing his bit, right? Like when he would have rap battles with JF and stuff. I missed all that the first time around, the Dylan Hunty stuff. I missed all that. So like now he comes in and it's just like I see this one trick pony and I don't have any of the love for him that was built up over the last, I don't know, 4 years of his appearances. So like when he comes on down, I'm just like, oh, here comes G-Man. We're gonna talk about Christianity again, and I think all Christians are pretty wrong and crazy, but yeah, he's more wrong than most of them, but he's
he's
still a Christian.
He's out of his mind. Where's Egghead when we need him?
Where's Bigger Ryby?
Yeah, bigger Ryby. So wonderful. That's like one of the greatest things ever. I cannot believe how fucking stupid Egghead is. Oh.
I don't even know if Egghead is like, I don't want to call him stupid. I just think that he's never had to like try. I don't know. He was born into the lap of luxury, right? He had museum family take care of him. He was born into the Hollywood lifestyle.
I don't think so.
His Uncle Stormy. He never had to. He never had to think outside of the box. He's never had that pressure on him. Imagine you grow up to a family of people who make like shitty historical Western movies. Like you're gonna miss something. Like I try and think of Egghead like if I lived his life. Yeah. And if I had a dad that cared more about the 1800s than being my father.
Speedy Adams. I wish someone would give $10 or two people could give $5 and make this the even 50% that it needs to be. Oh, there it is. Oh,
did it come in?
Yeah, it literally just came in as soon as I asked for it. So it must have just been a coincidence.
You should ask for 1,000, dude.
Wow.
It's pennies from heaven, dude. It's God's answering your prayers.
Here's to try to get others to give a little love for the work and see more. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Man, that was awesome.
Jimmy Dore's gonna be on. I'm thinking I might try and take a little vacation at the beginning of December. Like, do you know what day Jimmy Dore is supposed to be on? Do you know what this calendar's looking like? I think I want to miss like an episode or something. I'm not sure. I need to figure out what I'm gonna be doing, but
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that later.
if it was the Jimmy Dore episode though, I would hate that. So I'm just like, oh shit. Jimmy's fun. Hit up Boogie and Fantano. Did you see the Fantano beef that happened?
No.
Yeah, like I think it all got deleted, but Fantano like was going at some Sam Hyde fans. Like I don't know if you're familiar with Sam Hyde.
Not at all. Not at all.
So when Anthony Fantano got that hit piece put out on him, one of the big pieces was from an interview he did with Sam Hyde, and Sam Hyde was talking about how he would like beat the shit out of Lena Dunham if she ever put him in a position where he had to defend himself. But it was like this joke where he's like, if I was ever had to defend myself, I would do this. He just explained this gruesome version of like beating the trash out of Lena Dunham. And it was like obviously a joke because like why would he ever have to defend himself from Lena Dunham? But
right.
They took it out of context. It was like, and then this alt-right YouTuber said he would beat the crap out of Lena Dunham on his podcast, and Fantano just sat and laughed, right? So Fantano and him had that history there, but like a day or so ago, somebody added at Anthony Fantano about $1 Million Extreme or Sam Hyde. Like they're like, you should do another interview with Sam Hyde. And Fantano was like, yeah. So he could convince everybody that, or convince all his sycophant fans that he's still has a career or something. But it was just like out of like left field. And then Sam Hyde responded with, hey man, I don't know what's going on, but can we work this out? And then the tweets got deleted. So I assume it got worked out, but it was like, everyone was buzzing about that. Like, oh my God, Sam Hyde and Anthony Fantano are at odds.
Drama alert.
Drama alert. Yeah.
People are asking where Billy is. I mean, I could put Billy on the screen, but he'd have to have his camera working.
I know. I tried to turn the camera on, and for some reason it didn't connect.
Do you already have a different program using it?
You know I do. I have Skype open.
Oh, yeah, that's why then.
Let me close that Skype.
Love the show, niggas. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
I don't think anybody would say that. They know I'm on. Of course, I don't even know how to close down Skype. I thought I closed Skype down, but it didn't. You
have to quit Skype.
I'm looking in the tray; it's not there, so I don't know. I thought I did that. It looks like I closed it down. I don't know, man. My camera's tripping. Oh, I have OBS open too.
Oh yeah.
I was
That's
gonna
it.
stream, and then I saw you were on, so I just came in here to talk to you instead and chat.
Yeah,
And you
that's
were like,
it.
Come on, I'm like that works. Ta-da!
There you are. All right, hold on. I get this shit.
Do. Charge. Little Billy. Little Billy.
He's a sweet boy.
I want to see Billy's Willy. I want to see Billy's Willy.
All right. here we are.
Now that we're on camera, I could pull out any one of my weapons or genitals. You can't control
genitals.
Me. Any one of my genitals.
Any one of them. Anyone I choose. Ben, are you going to get Red Dead? I don't know. I don't really have time.
That's the worst thing. Like, I bought the system and I played it for like maybe 2 hours. I don't have time to game either. And I have more free time. I have more free time than I would think I would have, but I spend it all doing sweet boy things instead.
What are
sweet boy?
What are sweet boy things?
Like I go and volunteer at the old folks center.
Yeah, right. You do not.
Well, I mean, okay, the old folks center happens to be where I play Pokemon Go. So when I go down there, I'm like, maybe I'm not volunteering because it's after hours, but I'm like there catching Pokemon, so it counts, right? That's well, because I'm there at the old folks center. It counts. It does count. Oh, I got some Chipotle on my shirt. No, it's Qdoba on my shirt.
Oh,
that's nasty, man. Some cute boy doba.
Cute dobe.
I just do sweet boy things. Like I go take single mothers out for Christmas shopping and stuff. I don't buy stuff for their kids. I buy them lingerie and make them try it on in front of me, and then I return it the next day with a save the receipt so I can return it. But that's like a sweet boy thing, right?
That's like a sweet boy thing.
It's kind of a sweet boy thing.
Kind of. It's almost there.
Yeah.
Damn. We've been doing a lot of streaming.
Yeah, you get a lot of nights in. Like, I think I streamed one night the same time you did, because I hadn't streamed for like a while, and I started streaming, and then I saw like you were going live in 10 minutes. I felt hella bad, but like I don't stream enough, so like I had to get some time in with my fans. But
yeah, that's fine.
I'm over here right now because I want to hang out with Benjamin. I don't see you enough anymore. People gotta make sure we hit that $800 a week goal so I can do an extra show with you every week.
Yeah.
Oh, I filmed a music video for a new song I did on Sunday. Did I tell you anything about this?
No.
All right, the song is like it's called Rockstar, I guess. I didn't really know what else to call it. It's like a rock and roll hip hop beat. But it's like in the song I talk about doing drugs in the parking lot of Walmart. And my stepbrother works for like a bread distribution company or whatever. He took one of these bread trucks, he threw all the bread away, brought the truck up to a parking lot of Walmart and turned the inside of it into like a bar with like beer and alcohol and beer pong tables and like coolers and stuff. And we had like this big party in this bread truck trailer in the parking lot of Walmart. We filmed it for the video. That shit should be pretty fun. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of the footage, so I'm hoping it comes out good. The guy who did
bread
Feels Batman
truck
video.
trailer bar.
Yeah, we turned it into a bar and had like beer pong and all types of we had questionable ladies inside the trailer twerking.
Questionable ladies.
They were questionable ladies.
Teddy Rubskin wants to know what your favorite sandwich is, which you don't eat a lot of sandwiches anymore.
Yeah, whenever I eat a sandwich now, it's like wrapped in lettuce. I've been doing a lot of burgers in lettuce, so that's probably it. That's so sad. It's so sad. Like I haven't had bread for so long.
Or pasta, dude. Pasta's.
Oh yeah, no pasta. My dad makes like this really good spaghetti sauce, and like I've been on like no gluten before and had some of it, and I put it on like zucchini. I'd
Mhm.
chop up zucchini so it's like noodle thickness, and that's okay, but it's just not the same, man. Play "Keep Abortion Awesome" by Ronald McFondle. Please don't. I think that was one of the first songs Ronald McFondle did without me.
We
Keep
need
Abortion Awesome.
We need to have him down here, man, in the studio.
He works a lot, but I probably could get him to come down. He actually just started a podcast about kink with his girlfriend, who's like big into like BDSM and stuff. So maybe I could talk him into coming down with her, and they could be our guests in studio maybe. And like obviously won't do any kinky stuff on camera within YouTube rights, right? Like, but he might be interested in coming down to shill that. I don't know if anybody wants to listen to him have sex. I know I do. I want some Acosta pasta. No.
Acosta chop.
Acosta chop.
Acosta chop.
Acosta chaparia. Oh man. So I'm gonna show off some of the stuff that I purchased.
Sure.
That I haven't like I thought that this PS4 Pro I bought was bad enough because like I'm investing in things, and my thought is if I buy these things I can write them off when it comes tax time. So like I got this Stream Deck for streaming, never use it. I haven't even set up the buttons on it yet. I got a Wacom tablet so I could start learning how to draw art. So I can make like t-shirt and logos and stuff. I've drawn like 4 things on it. I have a green screen I bought that I haven't even set up once. There's no room for it. Ben, I have a serious problem.
Just bring that shit over here, man.
I know. I should bring the green screen over. Maybe we could do something with that. I want to start using this Stream Deck because it looks like it could have some sort of application for streaming, but I just need to set it up. I don't know, man. I'm so lazy.
Yeah, I think I need one of those things too because it'd be easier for switching scenes.
Yeah,
Like-
you could have all the scenes set up with different people, like the 4 screens. You just hit the button.
Hey, did you know though with Streamlabs OBS you can they have an app where you could do that on your phone. It basically
That's
turns your
nice.
phone. Yeah,
Into a Stream Deck.
yeah, basically.
Now I feel like a chump for buying the Stream Deck. But I bought it when it was on sale, Amazon
Yeah.
Prime Day. Got it for like $100. I know once I start using it, it'll like pay for itself. I just haven't set it up yet. It's basically paid for itself because I don't have to pay tax man. I don't got to pay the tax man.
Yeah, the tax man. Von Helton, he's pissed about the tax man.
What, are they gonna charge him for his cape?
He was mad. He said that now that there's more Democrats in power, we're gonna get fucked and we're gonna get taxed more.
Did you see the Washington State things that went through?
Yeah, and you know what? I was wrong about what's his face, Dino Rossi. He didn't win.
Yeah, that was too early to count. I'm glad.
Yeah. No, I didn't see what had happened locally.
Yeah, Washington always takes longer to go through because of how late we are, you know, compared to the East Coast.
Yeah, it takes forever.
Dino Rossi, the mafia bossy, lost. I was glad he lost by such a decisive margin too, because when he ran for governor, it was like so close. I think it was down to like under 100 votes splitting him from Christine Gregoire at the time. And I don't know. The man's got an actual scar on his face. If that's not mafia, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
What a lively and entertaining show. It's just for you, Humboldt Hipneck.
Yeah.
You greasy little turd.
I'm not even trying to be lively.
I am. I'm putting my all into this.
Oh.
I can't believe somebody would downplay the strength of my contributions. Red Dead Redemption 2 gets really good. That's what people told me. They said after like 6 hours it starts to get really good, and I'm like, I've spent 2 hours playing it. Like, I have to do 4 more hours before it starts to get really good. I'm riding around on a horse and like roping dudes. That's the most I've got out of the game was roping some guy on a horse. Yeah, I threw a rope around him.
You're roping around.
Yeah, I'm just roping around. Hey.
Oh, no need to say sorry. That's
appreciate you. Appreciate you saying sorry with $2 though.
Yeah.
There's no better way to apologize than with. No, I'm kidding. Thank you. Love y'all. Love you too, exclusive Sodak. So much that I wouldn't even rope you in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd let you ride away.
I wouldn't even rope you. It's like what Sargon said. I wouldn't even rape you.
I wouldn't even rope you. That's messed up. But now that I got this PS4 Pro, I kind of want to get the Spider-Man game. What are the chances I play more than 2 hours? Like, there's something wrong with me in my head. I bought Frack Skull. He was a fan of the show, and he was like, Billy, I want to get you like a Xbox or something, you know? And I'm like, wow, that's super nice, dude. And I was like, you want to get me a Nintendo Switch? I switched it up on him. He's like, yeah, I'll get you a Nintendo. So he got me this Nintendo Switch. It was a really nice gift. I played Mario on it. I had really fun playing like the Mario with that comes with the Switch.
Yeah.
And I never played it. I never played it again. I felt bad I wasn't playing it. I went and I bought Mario Kart because I figured I'd play it more with Mario Kart. Nope. I played Mario Kart like maybe 4 times for a total of 10 minutes, 20 minutes tops. I don't know. I'm so bad with games. I'm just not a gamer. Other than Pokemon Go, but I swear Pokemon Go, it gets me out of the house. It makes me do things.
I think it's time for them to make a new, better augmented reality game.
Well, they got a Harry Potter Unite or something coming out. I'm not playing that.
You say that now.
I know, right? Because I never played Pokemon before Pokemon Go. And I guess I've taken in more Harry Potter media than I've taken in Pokemon media before I played Pokemon Go, because I watched one Harry Potter movie that my friend made me go see. So I guess that's more than Pokemon, because I didn't watch Pokemon growing up. I was too busy playing Magic cards and hitting on ghetto girls. It's not right to say ghetto, is it? I think I was just did a racism.
Do a racism.
Support these sweet boys on Patreon.
Yes. Our Patreon got butt fucked by all of the declined payments. Man. Be lively.
Yeah, sorry. I keep sexting with Leafy is here. I'm sending him dick pics. Billy might as well have been talking about blackface. I've never told the story, my blackface story, have I?
No.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
This is probably gonna ruin my entire career.
What?
So when I was 15, I was in high school and it was Halloween. And I went to school with as a juggalo, right? I had juggalo face paint on. And in my art class, I was with this Australian girl, and my paint smeared. So she said she'd fix it, and I was like, "Okay, thank you." And then I went to walk to class, and I got kicked out of school that day because she just painted my whole face black. I didn't realize it. And I'm walking around, and they think I'm doing blackface, and I'm like, no. I was a juggalo this morning. She just smeared all the paint, so it was like blackface. And like the security guards came up to get me, and one of the security guards was black, and the other one was like Native American. And the Native American guy he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, hey, hey."
Oh my God.
And they both started laughing at me, but I still had to go home. They're like, "You're going to get your ass kicked walking around with that here at school." I'm like, "I didn't know. I thought I was juggalo." God damn it.
You're a fat Albert.
Yeah. It was
That's
so
a great
bad.
story. Fuck. What a great story.
Yeah, so please don't send that into Fox News.
Empyrean. This game gets good after 6 hours or so. This game.
You were gonna get your ass kicked for being a juggalo? It was 1999, 2000, 1999. If you could ever be a juggalo in this world, it was between the years 1996 and 1999. Like nobody's gonna kick my ass anyways. This is when I was like 6'4", because I swear I've shrunk 2 inches over the last 20 years. I was like 6'4", 420 pounds. I was doing backflips and not backflips. I was doing like front flips all the time because that's when I started wrestling. I was a tank. Everyone was a juggalo back then.
I was not a juggalo. Fuck no. Fuck no juggalo. Dude, I'm so high right now.
How long you been streaming for?
Like an hour and a half.
Okay.
So I might just pass it off to you and you can go do your stream that you were thinking about doing.
I actually got a message from somebody. I gotta make a phone call pretty soon. So if you're gonna go, I might stream a little bit later. I don't know. I just gotta go call Leafy is here. Calvin is here.
Calvin is here.
Yeah, he just hit me up like, "Hey man, you want to have a chat?" And I'm like, "Kind of chatting with my bro Ben, bro." Like, you call it a terrible time, bro. Ben was a commie.
I was a commie.
ZO420 says, "I bet Ben has heavy, sexy nuts."
Wow. What the fuck?
Do you have heavy, sexy nuts, Ben?
They're not noticeably heavy. I'm not like, you know, it's not like when I stand up, I notice, whoa, these nuts are heavy.
I feel like there's not a lot of guys that have like a massive cock and like equally like shaped nuts. Am I wrong in thinking that?
I don't think about it. You're wrong in thinking about it.
Okay. I was just, sexy nuts. Like, would you rather have sexy nuts or like sexy dick? you would say sexy dick off the first thought, right? But then you got these tiny little shrivel nuts, and you're like, what am I gonna do with these? Nobody wants to see these slapping off their ass. At least the dick is buried most of the time when you use it, right? You got those big old bouncing nuts slapping around. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to my Ovaltine.
Your Ovaltine. Damn. Rich.
I wonder if
chocolate
Ovaltine is keto.
No.
Rich chocolate Ovaltine. Yeah, it's definitely not keto.
It is not keto.
Damn it. Well, it's cool that we reached over halfway to the goal point.
Yeah.
With 4 days to go. That's That's sweet.
That's further along than we were last week, and we made the goal. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks for joining me sporadically.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the main channel show.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.